Welcome back. It is 6:08. The government and your employer aren't the only ones trying to reduce debt. You and your family probably are as well. But it can be easy to look for help in all the wrong places. Joining me this morning is founder of DebtStoppers, Robert Semrad. Thanks for being with us this morning.
Thank you for having me.
Now, you're an expert in this, so I want to start out with, when do you know that it is time to consider bankruptcy?
You know, that's a great question, and I get asked that all the time. If you're staying up at night, if you're struggling making your monthly payments, if you find yourself getting further and further behind each month, that's the time when you really should be considering your options, and one should be bankruptcy.
Well, a lot of people find themselves in that situation nowadays where they're worried at night. But what is that magic? Is there like a formula of how much you owe versus, how much you can pay where you do? Because there's a stigma attached to it, and there are also serious consequences to declaring bankruptcy.
There is. And if you're dipping into your 401k, if you're borrowing from family members, if you're going to payday loan places just to keep up with your everyday bills, you're getting further and further in debt, and that's when you need a real solution, and bankruptcy provides that real solution. If instead you're able to make your payments, but it's really whether or not or how you can develop a plan to get out of that debt, then there's other options for you.
Okay. All right. And there was a recent investigation that was conducted by the Attorney General of New York that found that over 4/5 of website-based debt relief operations turned out to be scams. Right. That is astounding. How do you know then who you go to?
You know what? Families are hurting right now, and there's a large demand for debt relief. And with opportunity, unfortunately, it attracts not the best people. And as the Attorney General of New York has discovered, 80% of these companies are basically misleading consumers, taking their money up front and getting them further and further in debt. And so it's really important to investigate the companies that you're looking at to see whether or not they can actually help you.
So what are some red flags to look for?
Red flags are things that sound too good to be true. When they say they can eliminate 75% of your debt, or that they're going to negotiate with your creditors and you don't have to worry about anything, it's an easy solution. Getting out of debt is not an easy solution. It's hard work. It requires us to really have a good, solid plan, and it's going to take several months, if not years, in order to do that.
All right, and I know one of the big pieces of advice that you like to give people is to contact the Better Business Bureau. And when you do contact, when you go online and you look, what are the things that you're looking for in a company? Is it somebody that has never had a complaint?
Every company is going to have some complaints. But when you go on the web and you look at the Better Business Bureau or just blogs that are out there, you may see several of these, and that's what I've discovered when you investigate companies. There's hundreds of complaints, and they basically all say the same thing. They took my money, they didn't call me back, my credit was hurt, and it was not a solution for me. And so it's pretty easy with the internet these days to find the good companies and the ones that aren't so reputable.
All right. Well, Robert Semrad, thank you so much for joining us this
morning.
We appreciate it.